So realistically, I'm going to just set these flat on a bench. Oh, Suki, I think I can do this like that. And it'll help center it. Yeah. Not today, ISIS. Oof, that is way tighter. So what I'll do is actually inset the pipe on this so that when this one goes on, it centers itself and does it perfectly. Yes. And I'll make my own female. So that's actually going to work out really good for this on this particular one. And then we'll go from there. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's going to work out. I don't know if you guys can really see, but I'm going to basically center this thing up best I can to where there's just a little lip on this one. So when this one goes on, it has to fit over it, and it'll center it and make sure our pipes do what we're supposed to do. So that will be the game with that. And then I'll do the same thing with the other one, and we should be fine. And boom, Bob's your uncle. Which means at that point I could have used these freaking other ones I've got, but whatever. So I need to start from here over. So first thing I need to do is pop that out and then weld the V-band to it. I'll probably just tack it. I'm gonna tack everything so everything can be redone. I can tack the V-band to that, and then I can take my other exhaust pipe that I've been building that I don't even know where I've set at this point. It's not this one. Oh, it is that one right there. So this is what I was wearing last night. I got some cuts in it. I got another V-cut here. And basically, this is going to give me my angle I need to come out of the bottom of that, tuck up nice and tight up against the motor, and come over to there. And then this is going to be my turn for this. I picked up some pipe today at the store so I can slide onto here and come across. And then I'll use this one, and there's another one floating around here somewhere to make the come up to the step down, and that'll be my crossover pipe. So that's basically the plan. I'm going to pull this apart, start tacking things together, figure out exactly how I like things, and go from there. But right now, yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit of finagle to get this to work. But yeah, we'll be all right. I got this piece right here, and I might just use this to make my fitting for my male. Yeah. Offset that, and that'll make us my male thing. And I can go from there. All right, well, it's been some time. A lot of other things going on too, but we've got it all mapped out here. It's just tacked together. I got a bunch of stuff to weld, but I got a V-band down there. Goes down through there, crosses underneath there, comes back up, runs tight. I can still get access to my temp sensor right here, no problem. I still put my power steering right here. Still have clearance with that right there. The belt comes down. It'll clear all of this. We're gonna heat wrap all this so it shouldn't get too warm. I got good clearance everywhere. Alternator's gonna live over there. Should be a good spot for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the pipe off and get it ready for finish welding. You know, I gotta clean everything up and get ready to weld the crap out of it. But crossover is where it's gonna be. And not bad for pretty much all out of used piping out of the truck. This piece is out of the truck that I used and welded into there. I bought this as AutoZone today for like $4. These are the V-bands. I paid $24 for 2 sets. So there's 28 bucks, and then this was another $6. So I'm like 30 some bucks in this entire deal at this point. As far as well, no, I had 35 in that manifold right there. So I'm 60 bucks in this entire turbo kit at this point. Then I got another 40 bucks for the T4 flange, and then want to say that was like $60 for that giant blow-off valve, or not blow-off valve, for that giant wastegate right there. Not 100%. I got to look back at all that. But either way, I'm into this whole thing less than $200, and that'd be including that secondhand turbo I got laying there if I do end up using that one. So that's not a bad gig. But that's where we're at. I'm gonna pop all this out of here. In fact, you know what? I'll show you guys. Check this out. See how easily it actually comes out. All right, so I'm gonna pop this off, show you guys actually how decently it works. Well, and I guess find out how decently it works for the first time myself. Wow. So that was easy. Pipe just came right off, which is good down there. Get my clamp. Oh, another thing about these cheap eBay China deals, these are hotside clamped, and it says it right in it, male and female, which it lied on a bunch of that, but whatever. But it's got nylon in the nuts, so these nuts will not work on the hot side. That will melt out. So I'll have to get new nuts for it, but whatever. It's not the big deal. All right, so then I just wiggle, and boom, it comes right off. That wasn't bad at all. And then when it's time to go back on and in, we just put it over here, get it on nice and tight. And then, of course, that appears to have moved a bit. What the heck? Are you kidding me? I just had this on. So yeah, she popped out just fine. But now it doesn't want to fit right. And I literally just had it. All right, well, so the real question, I guess, is going to be if I put the clamp on, will the clamp pull it back to where it needs to be and where it's supposed to be? If it does that, then I got no problem here. And I move on with my life. If it doesn't, well, that's why we just tack things. Yep, that does not line up, which means it does not seal up, which means that is not going to freaking work. Why? It was in there and it was good. So yeah, I don't know exactly where the problem is, but we have a problem. So yeah, I don't know what the hell happened here, because I literally bolted it up and made everything off of this. So I'm super confused. I'm gonna need to I guess break these 3 tacks right here, and then I can play with this. Alright, so I have retacked this whole thing in, and I welded up that little slice that was right there for the most part. Did some more tacks in. I ended up having to break all the tacks on this pipe loose, and then I had to break all the tacks on the flange, or the V-band flange up here loose as well. I also found new nuts that are not nylon, and they're self-lockers in my stash, which I was able to save that one right there because it is long enough to work, so that's nice. So yeah, that's gonna work just fine. So right now I've tacked everything together. The moment of truth is we're gonna, take the clamps off, pull it off, try to put it back on. If it goes back on good, then I will probably bolt it back down and try to do as much welding as I can in the car to stop it from doing any heat warping or whatnot. I'll try and weld in quadrants and all that good stuff. But all right, so last time when I did this, as soon as I popped this one, the whole freaking thing popped out and moved, and I knew right then we had a problem. At that very moment. As of right now, it's looking okay because it's not really moving. Ooh, that's nice. So it's pretty much loose and it has not popped off, which is a good sign so far. We will see how easy it is to get on and off of the vehicle. I'm gonna find a good place to grab it. So yeah, she popped right off, which isn't bad. Oh yeah, there's stuff in there for sure. Oh my god, it's all like crap. That's all from when I was welding it up. But yeah, that went in there nice. Looks like we got a nice little groove. Because if you remember when I welded this, I don't know if I told you, but I basically left a little lip down for a male and female edge. Kind of like how this one is. This one has a real deep female because of how far down in the deal this is. Just the way it ended up. But, all right, moment of truth. Will it go back on? So the way this should be is we get it on there, and then boom. How tight is that? Shoot, dang, that's pretty tight. All right. Oh yeah, that's solid. All right, so yeah, that is looking good. I really like how that looks. It's nice and tight to everything, but still gives enough room that we should be fine. It hangs low, but it doesn't hang too low. So it should be okay there. We got enough room for our sensor here to come around, so we're good there. I really like the setup. I think we're good. Like I said, we're gonna get this welding up and all that good stuff, and we'll go from there. So I don't really need to show you guys me welding again because it is very repetitive. It's just me going zap, zap, zap over and over again. This way I can turn some music on and listen to that while I'm going. So I'll hit you guys up once I get that all welded up. I'll show you guys what it looks like and all that, and maybe we'll go on to some other stuff. But yeah. All right, so I've done as much welding as I can under here on everything in place. It's pretty warm at the moment. Let me get this light. But as you can see, got some pretty decent welds going on there. It's all right there. It's okay there. Those look pretty, don't they? And then there's some dimes up there. But yeah, I've hit all the ones I can basically hit without pulling the pipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool down a bit so that it can be nice and cold when I go to pull it apart and set it on the bench. Hopefully it comes out and hasn't distorted or anything. It's been clamped up tight, and I tried to weld in quadrants so that we didn't have any, warping or pulling or anything of the metal. So hopefully that all came out good, because if it didn't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, so it's been about an hour. Everything has cooled down, and we're gonna yank this bad boy down and see what we see. All right, so you notice it didn't fall off, so that's good. And it popped right off there. And then if we want to put it back on, it slides on. And then boom. Right up and in. Everything's tight. It's got a little bit of a pull that overlaps here and feels like it has a little bit of a gap there, but realistically, the clamp should pull that just fine, and this one's perfect. So yeah, I'd say we're pretty good. Ooh, that's a nice little slur. All right, so we got the pipe all cleaned up and ground down. Everything looking good. Now I just need to throw some paint on it, and that'll be that for that. So she's all cleaned up, prepped up, and ready to go. So I'm gonna throw some paint at it, and I'll let you guys see what it looks like when I'm done. Now the only thing I need to do now is finalize where we're putting this turbo. Because as you can see right now, she is we're gonna that's just sitting there. So yeah, the V-band will end up sitting like so. As you can see, that's way tall, but we can make cuts and change all that, but we still haven't found out exactly where I want this to go. I don't really want that there. But realistically, there's plenty of room to take out a good chunk of structure right here and make it work that way, which is what I want to do. So we're going to spin this over. And we are going to go way inside with it, which means I need, because I want to be somewhere out over here, realistically. So I actually think we're going to chopping it down and going this way. Because that's actually closer. My only question is it even going? It's going to be close once I cut it down. All right. Definitely going to have to play with some angles because I'm not perfect here. I'm actually a little further. I really need to get a headlight. So I gotta go grab a headlight. I gotta try and get my fitment how I need it to go. I might have to cut and bend that pipe a little bit to get it to make the curve I want it to make. But the nice thing about doing this the way I'm doing it is if I do decide to go with a different turbo or do anything down the road, all I have to do is build a new bend up off of here and change the angles and everything will work. So, all right, I'm gonna go snag a headlight out of the trailer and we'll get some fitment things going. All right, so I did it again. I got into a groove and didn't film many things. So that's my bad. But we made some good progress and some things look really good. See, last time we got all this good. Looks nice, comes down, and bam! Made that up pipe into our giant 60 mil wastegate. And then into the turbo. God, there's a lot of play in this turbo. Pretty sure we're not going to be using this turbo. I don't know what I'm doing here, but for mock-up, it's a pretty good sized turbo, so it'll do a good job of, seeing what we need to do here. So I did cut this out because I needed some space, and I may use it there, but I think I'm actually going to go through the bottom here. To get to the intercooler, but I'm not 100% there. But yeah, the turbo's mounted. She's pretty sturdy. I gotta tighten her down. But the nice thing about this setup with the V-band, I can clock it. I got a nice shot for catching into down there for our downpipe. Here I'm just gonna bring a 90 down and bring the downpipe for the wastegate right down and vent to atmosphere on that. I'm pretty stoked with how tight everything fits. And came out real nice, so yeah, we'll make that work. So, all right, I'm gonna call it a night. It's getting late. I'll check in you guys later. You have a good one.